Chelsea are ready to throw €120 million on the table to snatch Rodrygo from Real Madrid. Liverpool are building for the future, and Šeško is almost on his way to Anfield. Cristiano Ronaldo shocks the football world. He's buying a La Liga club. And Arsenal, they're cooking up a transfer that could shake the entire Premier League. Is an Interstar already packing his bags? All that and much more right now. Guys, let's aim for 300 likes on this video. Your support helps us keep making this content even better. Let's dive into the hottest transfer rumours. Looks like Liverpool are finally done chasing Isak around with a bag full of cash and decided to dial it down a notch. Enter Benjamin Šeško from RB Leipzig. And let me tell you, this kid is fire. 19 goals, 6 assists this season, and he plays like it's all effortless. Just shows up, scores, and dips. Gotta respect that kind of swagger. Now, here's the ironic part. Arsenal have had Šeško on their radar for years. They've been dancing around him like it's some sort of transfer rain dance. But you know how these things usually end. Lots of interest, lots of rumors, and then, boom, someone else swoops in and steals the deal. And Liverpool? They're like, hey guys, if you're not sure, we'll just pop in real quick and grab him. We kinda need a new striker anyway, thanks. Speaking of strikers, let's talk about Darwin. Núñez is okay, but it just hasn't worked out at Anfield, has it? I mean, how many chances does the guy need? He's got the pace, the power, but the shots, they're going anywhere but the goal. There are players who score in their sleep. And then there's Darwin Núñez. Happens in football. Not everyone's meant to be the next Luis Suarez. So now, Šeško's looking more and more like the perfect plan B. Young, talented, available for a relatively decent price. €70 million these days feels like a bargain. And rumour has it, he's already mentally packing his bags for the Premier League. Even David Ornstein's added fuel to the fire, saying Arsenal have been working on the deal for ages. But things aren't looking quite so clear anymore. Classic story. Arsenal wait and wait, and someone else wraps it up fast. Honestly, I think this move could be huge for Liverpool. A young Slovenian scoring machine from the Bundesliga could be exactly what the Reds need to actually finish off those slick attacking plays. Not quite Isak, sure, but not a bad alternative, especially when the other option is another year of Darwin struggling in front of goal. So now we wait. Who's going to be first to the checkout counter? Arsenal or Liverpool? If I were you, I'd start printing that Šeško number 9 shirt in Liverpool red, just in case. Aston Villa have absolutely no intention of letting Marcus Rashford head back to Manchester. Unai Emery is so hyped about the Englishman's performances, he's already knocking on the boardroom door like, guys, let's make this happen. And get this, Emery believes in Rashford so much, he's ready to build the entire attack around him, even if it means moving on from Ollie Watkins. And by the way, rumour has it, Watkins is almost certainly leaving this summer. So, yeah, Emery's plan is clear. Marcus, you're the main man now. But, and it's a big but, we've got a problem. The salary. Rashford's used to those sweet Manchester United paychecks, and let's be honest, Birmingham doesn't exactly print money like that. So, what's the pitch? Emery wants to convince him it's better to be the star on a slightly lower wage than a bench warmer at a big club with a golden contract. And honestly, he's got a point, right? But of course, things were never going to be that simple, because guess who's back in the mix? Yep, PSG. The same old crew from Paris who tried to snap up Rashford back in 2022. Even had him lined up as Neymar's replacement. Everything was almost done, until sporting director Leonardo got the boot and the deal crumbled like a house of cards. Now, they're coming again. New boss Luis Campos is dialing up Rashford's agent as we speak. So what's it gonna be? Does Marcus stay in Birmingham, become a king, lead the line, get his career back on track, and maybe, just maybe, become a hero for England again? Or does he take the glitz and glam route to Paris, where the stars rotate faster than TikTok trends and every game feels like a royal battle for survival? What would you do in Rashford's shoes? Stay and fight at Villa for redemption and legacy? Or chase the bright lights and big names at PSG? This isn't just about football anymore, this is a full-on ambition check. Cristiano Ronaldo has zero plans to quietly ride off into the sunset. Retirement? Yeah, no thanks. The man's aiming higher. He wants to own Valencia. Yep, that Valencia. The one that's been looking like a totaled car for years. Dented, leaking, buried in debt, and barely running on fumes. And the fans? They can't stand the current owner, Peter Lim. This guy's turned the club into a joke. Recently made his own son club president, like it's some family diner and not one of La Liga's most historic teams. Supporters are practically praying for a miracle to save their club from this business clown show. And now, enter Cristiano, riding in on a white horse with a suitcase full of cash. The price tag? Around 400 million euros. But for Cristiano and his Saudi buddies? Pocket change. He's got the connections, the resources, and most importantly, the ambition. Reports say he's already in talks with Lim. And guess what? They're getting along just fine. Money talks. And when you've got Ronaldo's firepower, even the devil will take your call. And Peter Lim? He looks ready to walk away before the fans actually storm the gates. La Liga? They're not gonna get in the way. They're cool with ex-players owning clubs as long as the teams don't face each other competitively. And, come on, Valencia versus Al Nassr, that's not happening anytime soon, unless it's some charity friendly in 2030. But here's the real question. Can Cristiano actually bring Valencia back from the dead? Because let's face it, under Lim, this club didn't just hit rock bottom, it dug a tunnel through it. Now there's real hope, thanks to Saudi money and Cristiano's legendary drive. Sure, he's got zero experience running a club, but he's got loads of ambition and, hopefully, a team of smart people around him. Will there be mistakes? Definitely. Doubt? Tons of it. But could this be the start of a real rebuild? 100%. By the way, I see you, regular viewers, but the likes are looking a little thin today. If you're following this Ronaldo to Valencia drama and want to stay in the loop, and trust me, we will be covering it, smash that like button. It takes a second for you and it means the world for the channel. So yeah, Valencia might be turning from a disaster zone into a dream project under one of the greatest players to ever touch a ball. Or at the very least, it might finally stop falling apart. And honestly, that alone would already be a win. It looks like Mikel Arteta has decided enough is enough. He's ready to smash open every piggy bank, raid every hidden stash, and maybe even sell a couple of team buses outside the Emirates, all to put together, wait for it, 150 million euros. Yep, 150 million euros. Can you even wrap your head around that amount? But the real question is, who could possibly be worth that much cash? Hold on to your seats, Arsenal fans. It's none other than Inter Milan's captain, the Argentine powerhouse, Lautaro Martinez. The guy who's been practically carrying the Nerazzurri on his back for years and is widely considered one of the world's top strikers. Now, the source is Fichajes, so take it with a pinch of salt, or maybe even two, but the rumor itself is a blockbuster. Arteta, clearly fed up with the striker situation this season, has reportedly decided it's time to bring in a true killer up front. Not just someone who scores goals for fun, but a natural-born leader, the kind of player who can spearhead an attack. And Martinez seems like the perfect candidate. At 27, he's in the prime of his career, battle-hardened from his time at Inter, where he's overcome every challenge thrown his way. This season alone, he's racked up 25 goal contributions, and in the Champions League, he's absolutely on fire. 7 goals and an assist in just 10 matches. The guy is an absolute machine. Apparently, Martinez fits Arteta's system like a glove. Technical, lightning fast, has an insane shot, and presses like a beast. On paper, he should adapt effortlessly to the brutal pace and intensity of the Premier League. According to whispers, Arsenal are already making their moves, preparing massive bags of cash. But seriously, 150 million euros? Are they really serious about this? Inter, of course, loves their captain, and he's under contract until 2029. But when someone dumps that kind of cash on the table, even the most stubborn club executives start scratching their heads. Do you sell your icon and rebuild half the squad with that money? That's quite the dilemma. Honestly, I'm sitting here and can't decide how to feel. On one hand, wow, Arsenal is flexing its muscles, showing serious ambition and ready to spend like a true European heavyweight. That's a statement signing. But on the other hand, 150 million euros for Lautaro Martinez, is that not a bit too much? Maybe it's too risky. Could there be better, cheaper options? Or is this just another wild rumor designed to stir up some chatter? What do you guys think? Could Arsenal really pull off such a crazy move? Would Lautaro be worth every penny? Or does this whole thing smell like a typical transfer window rumor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to see what you think about this potential blockbuster move. Barcelona and La Liga are butting heads again. Same old story, two bitter exes who just can't stay out of each other's way. But here's the kicker. This time, La Liga totally face-planted. And not quietly either. It was so loud, the echo probably reached every corner of Spain. Remember the whole drama around registering Dani Olmo and Pau Victor? La Liga suddenly claimed Barca fudged some numbers, that certain revenues were invalid, and therefore, the players couldn't be registered. Classic move, right? Got to flex, got to remind everyone who's boss. So, of course, La Liga appealed. Because of course they did, but then came the slap in the face. The court took one look at their argument and said, nope, rejected. Yep, La Liga tried to cancel the registrations and the court basically told them to sit down. So Olmo and Victor cleared to play, no more legal threats hanging over their heads. And here's the fun part, Barcelona didn't just sit back. They filed a counterclaim, basically saying, yo, why are you leaking our internal financial data? That's confidential. And now La Liga is in an awkward spot. It honestly looks like they dug a hole and fell straight in. Let's be real. If there was a mistake in Barca's revenue report, it was La Liga's job to catch it. They're the watchdogs, right? They're supposed to be the all-seeing eye. Instead, they botched the math, panicked, made it public, and now they're trying to act like it's Barca's fault. Genius move. Really, it's like they hoped no one would notice their screw-up. But the court did, and now the whole world knows. But wait, it gets juicier. Guess what happened right after this legal circus wrapped up? Barca sat down with Hansi Flick to talk contract extension until 2027. Finally, something that makes actual sense. Remember how Laporta was saying Flick was suffering from all the off-pitch chaos, that it was hard for him to fully focus with court cases and appeals flying around? Well, now that the Olmo-Victor mess is done, the path is clear. And boom, Flick contract talks begin. And honestly, locking Flick down long-term is a must. Look at how he's transformed the team. The style, the energy, the belief, it's night and day. He's the guy. There's no one better out there for Barca right now. Flick could actually bring the glory days back. They're in the hunt for every major trophy this season. And let's be real, La Liga looks pretty much wrapped up already. So yeah, extend the man's contract. Yesterday. Just hope La Liga doesn't get in the way again with their drama, because even a calm, calculated guy like Flick can lose it if he keeps getting attacked, like Laporta said. And we don't want Flick suffering, right? So what do you think? Will they seal the deal, or is La Liga gonna cook up more nonsense? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the vid if you're loving this drama as much as we are. Manchester City are digging into the Italian vault again, and this time Pep's got his eye on Tijani Reijnders. The Dutchman only just found his feet at San Siro, but you know Pep. He's not after just any player, he's out here assembling another footballing Frankenstein. And guess what? Looks like he's found the perfect piece. Just a year ago, Milan picked him up from AZ Alkmaar for 20 million euros. Now, City are casually ready to drop triple that. 60 million euros. No big deal, right? Imagine the headache for the Rossoneri board right now. Cash in and triple their money, or cling on tight, risking another year without Champions League football. Be honest, if you were running Milan, could you really turn Pep down? Exactly. Reijnders is so Pep. Smart, tactically flexible, and always thinking one step ahead. He's grown sharper and more aggressive in Italy, playing higher up the pitch and turning into something more than just a box-to-box guy. You bought a reliable midfield engine and ended up with a goal-scoring predator who can slice open defenses with vertical passes. Classic case of buying a Mercedes and realizing it's a convertible. Milan did try to play it safe, bumped his salary and extended his deal till 2030. Basically said, you're not going anywhere, bro. But let's be real here. When City wave the Champions League in your face and promise you a starting spot in a Guardiola system, how long can loyalty really hold out? My guess? Not very long. And honestly, 60 million euros for a guy like Reijnders in today's market? That's almost a bargain. With clubs throwing around 100 million euros like it's pocket change, this deal actually looks reasonable. And if he really clicks under Pep, give it a season or two and we'll all be saying, those sneaky bastards at City have done it again. So yeah, if this transfer goes through, Pep's hitting the jackpot once more. And Milan, well, they might be left wondering how to rebuild again, only this time without their most complete midfielder. Chelsea might be about to blow up the transfer market again, and guess who they're targeting this time? None other than Rodrygo, straight out of Real Madrid. Word is, the Blues are ready to drop a staggering €120 million on the Brazilian star. I mean, for Chelsea these days, that's almost like buying milk at the store. But still, that's an insane amount of cash. Looks like Enzo Maresca wants to build something completely new in attack, and apparently, Rodrygo is supposed to be the centerpiece of that puzzle. The main man, the one to lead the charge for a reloaded Chelsea project. Sounds familiar, right? We've heard the main man story before over the past couple of years. Spoiler alert, not all of them delivered. By the way, quick pause. I see a lot of you are watching the videos regularly. Huge thanks for that, seriously. But if you're one of the regulars and still haven't subscribed, come on, now's the time. It's free for you and a massive help for the channel. But back to Rodrygo, this might actually be serious. Let's be real, Madrid's front line is getting real crowded, especially with a certain, Frenchman joining the party. Chelsea can smell the opportunity. What if Rodrygo wants to step out of the Royal Orchestra and become the lead violin somewhere else? Word is, Chelsea are already prepping the pitch. Here's a key role for you. Here's the future of our project, link up with Parma and light up the Premier League. Oh, and yeah, you can bet the contract offer will be fat. What's wild is, this rumor kinda makes sense, weirdly enough, for Chelsea. Rodrygo isn't some €50 million no-name from the Belgian league. This guy's been balling in the Champions League, scoring clutch goals, silky technique, and he's just 24. Prime age, ready-made elite. No need to adapt to top-level football. He's been living in it. Just imagine the combo: Parma's vision and magic left foot, Rodrygo's dribbling, pace, and ability to decide tight games. That's a recipe for fireworks. And Maresca, he loves smart, technical, fluid forwards. Rodrygo fits the bill perfectly. Of course, €120 million is a massive risk. No sugarcoating that. But let's be honest, look at the fortune Chelsea's already burned on players who gave half of what Rodrygo can bring. Maybe this is finally that calculated, ambitious move they keep talking about. Not another panic buy. A proper upgrade for a specific style and system. If this deal actually happens, it's a statement. Chelsea still want to play with the big boys. Rodrygo isn't just a name, he's a player who brings big game experience, consistency, and class. Exactly what this squad's been crying out for. What do you guys think? Will Rodrygo explode in the Premier League under Maresca? Or is this just another one of Bailey's wild shopping sprees that leads nowhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think.